up
Detroit is out cold.
Take 313. We here now.
What up, dog?
What up,
What up,
though?
Doe?
Man, what's good with you?
Hey, man, ready for another great episode. Another great episode, man. Hey, this is the best time of the year, nephew. We got college football, we got NFL, we got NBA preseason started yesterday. Man, right now it's really going down in the sports world, man. I'm ready to be back up and going, man. How about
Most
yourself?
definitely. Man, I'm ready to be back, man. Glad to be back. Before we even get going, definitely want to say much love to everybody who's been rocking with us so far, man. Another episode for What Up, Though Sports. And we back in the building, man. We back in the building. So I just want to say appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us so far.
Building, baby. Yes,
Most
we are. Hey, man, I just want to ask all our viewers, hey, when you get an opportunity, go ahead and shoot us either an email or a text letting us know how often would you like to see the show? How often would you like to see What Up, Those Sports? We kind of want to hear from you guys what you're looking for in a sports show. What other topics would you like to hear from us? I know we definitely are pro basketball. We be about the basketball, definitely about the game ball. But what else do you guys like to hear from us? What else would you like to see?
Yeah, most definitely. And let us know. Leave a comment. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. And leave a comment, man. Jump in. Let us know what you want to hear, what you like, what you don't like. And let's keep this going, man. Your support makes this thing go around, and we appreciate you. It means the world to us whenever we can get that, man. So much love.
Appreciate you. So, nephew, man, now that we back, another great episode. Have you heard about what's going down with the other sports talk show that everybody loves around the world? That that First Take. Well, now it's it's a little different. It's still called First Take, but
Oh,
there's been a little a little switch in the game, man. Have you heard about that?
yeah. I saw that I saw they got rid of Max. He got his own little show now. I think is it still an ESPN show? I don't know. He got his own
Actually,
show
he
now.
has his own radio show, but he just got added to another show with I want to say Keyshawn, I think, and
Yeah, some. I heard that they got him on First Take, but I didn't really know what happened though.
Jay Will and Keyshawn, but I think his own show is upcoming too, though. But right now, I think he's with Keyshawn and Jay Will for a moment on their show early morning. But yeah, hey man, matter of fact, your pops and I were just talking about this about a couple weeks ago. We had lunch and we were just debating. It was funny because it was a couple eating across from us, and they were more into our debate than in their lunch. You know what I'm saying? And I could tell that the husband had some things he wanted to say, like he wanted to add to the conversation, but he wanted to act like he wasn't listening.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was hilarious. But again, your father and I were debating on I was on the tip of I just didn't understand how you could take a show that was number one the last 4 years and say that something was wrong with it. Your father was more looking at the analytics, the numbers that come back from the guests that are watching the show live and things of that nature. But I still was on the tip of, again, it seemed like Stephen A. Again, I could be wrong, but to me, and just seeing him talk about it after the move was made, he basically was making it seem like he felt like it just didn't work out between them. Hey, I think it can be better. And then he tried to, do the whole connection of the higher ups felt like there needed to be a change too. But why should there be a change when they're the number one show all 4 years? It just didn't make any sense to me. So I kind of was on the tip of, I think it's gonna fall off some. Now I didn't think it was gonna fall off as much as it has. It's like number 3 or 4 on ESPN right now.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
That new format is not working. So I'm wondering what's gonna be next, because if they pushed Max off and thought that Stephen A's name or prowess would keep that show at #1, and seeing that it's now 3 or 4, I wonder what's next now. It doesn't look too good for Stephen A.
Yeah, we'll see. I think Stephen A is going to be solid regardless. He's pretty much, I feel like, the biggest name in sports. You know what I'm saying? As far as analysts and people who speak about it goes. But yeah, that's interesting. I kind of heard a little bit about the story before I was talking about it today. I know from what I heard, it seemed like it was like a Stephen A type of suggestion that the show move forward without Max. But it was something that I definitely heard. I think it's crazy. It is definitely super crazy to see that they that the ratings are down like that since they got rid of Max too. It's crazy how the cookie crumbled on that.
Big time. Big time. So tell me, what have you been hearing about this vaccination issue with Kyrie over in Brooklyn, nephew? That's a big time story.
It is big. It is big. I think it's definitely gonna hurt Brooklyn. Obviously, it might damage their championship probability if he's not able to get that vaccination or I would say wanting to get that vaccination. I saw him and Wiggins was both like not really wanting to get it. I saw Wiggins got his today, so he'll be back joining the roster. So I'm not sure if Kyrie will be willing to change his mind, though. And if not, it's going to be tough on Brooklyn. It's going to be tough on them to still get that title with missing Kyrie Irving. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course. I totally agree with you. As we saw last year, although Harden wasn't 100%, they're not the same team with just 2 of the 3. Although they're still a great team with 2 of the 3. But if they don't have all 3, they're not the scary monster that everybody acts like is going to win the championship this year. Again, if they only got 2 of those guys, I don't see them beating LA. I don't see them beating LA anyway. But yeah, I'm going with LA for the championship this year with all the vets. But I don't think that they probably still can make it to the championship. But I don't see them beating LA without Kyrie. You're going to need Kyrie. He's a finisher.
You're going to want to be at full strength. They do still got Kevin Durant, who is, you know what I'm saying, and James Harden, who I wouldn't be mad at finishing either. But they are definitely a super threat with Kyrie and less of a threat without him, most definitely, especially when you look into the playoffs.
Totally agree. So tell me what you think about, though, with, again, so with Kyrie saying that he's not getting the shot, then that basically means since he's not getting the vaccine, he can't play home games, right?
Yeah, I think the rule is that he cannot play home games, and he can also, I think it's like it's a couple cities. Actually, I think the only place he wouldn't be able to play is in Brooklyn.
Right, home games.
The rule is to where
New York. That's New York's rule as a whole, right? That's the state's rule, right?
Yeah, but they got a rule in the Bay too, like that. But if you're a visitor, you can play though. So he'll be able to play in California. Yeah, the rule is weird. Like he would be able to play in California, but he wouldn't be able to play in Brooklyn, even though they got the same rule. It is. It's wild.
So if they were playing Golden State and Wiggins didn't get the shot, Wiggins couldn't play, but Kyrie could play.
Yes, that is the rule.
That makes no sense, nephew. I did not know that was the rule. That makes no sense.
That's how the rule works. It's weird to me too. But yeah, I think that'll definitely impact them if he does not get the shot and cannot play home games. I don't think he will be able to practice in Brooklyn either, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. So no practice either?
I don't think so. If he can't play, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't allow him to practice like that. I'm not sure. That would definitely impact him. Kyrie is one of the top players in the game. You know what I mean? So that's definitely huge whenever you take that kind of a loss. Yeah. Something I wanted to bring up to you. Mm-hmm. Speaking about just top players in the league in general, this is off the vaccination subject, but the NBA, with this year being its 75th season, they're bringing back the top 50 list. They're actually rolling out a top 75 list. It should be very soon. I'm excited to see when it comes out. But it's going to be a revived version of the top 50. I think they're going to start the list from scratch. You know what I mean? As far as players on the list and building that up to 75, man. So I'm interested to see what players can make that list, what players that were on the list won't be on it, what players are on the bubble that won't make it. So I'm curious, man. I think it'll be interesting.
I think it'll be interesting too, man. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of debate there. The question is, Does X knows best know what the hell he's talking about? Does he? Let us know. We need you guys to let us know. I need to know. Unc needs to know.
I think Ung might have lost his mind today, man. We'll see. We'll see.
And then the 75 now, so 25 additional players to the original 50. And
No,
then the
that's
rest
not how it
is-
goes. That's not how it goes. It's actually
What
a
you
whole
mean?
new list of. It's a whole new list.
Whole new list. They
A whole new list.
right. So
Yeah, so it's gonna be old players too, but some people
they
off the
some of those old players not
No,
making
they
it.
about to take some of that's retired. They shouldn't do it that way, bro. They should.
And
They will
wait
talk
a
about
minute.
it in a minute.
And
Yes,
wait
they
a minute.
should.
And wait a minute. You
Nah.
just something about adding.
You already made
Dominique.
Cat's top 50.
They
How
might
you
not
gonna
add
not make
Dominique.
him top 50 now?
Dominique didn't make the
Huh?
first one. He might not make the second one.
I feel you. So he would have to go on the second one there. But my thing is, if guys made the top 50 20 years ago, how you gonna move them out of the top 50? That makes no
Because
sense.
wait a minute.
No, but
go
listen,
ahead. You
new
explain
players,
it, Xavier.
new players enter the league. So if it's the top 50 from 1996, what if there's or let's say they made it from the top 50 to the top 75, right? This was made in 1996.
Mhm.
So from all the players who entered the league from 1996 until now, if you just kept the list how it is, it's only 25 available spots.
Right.
What if there's 29 players better than those original players? Then what?
But dude, they're gonna all and mostly all. And so at some point, say another 25 years down the road, the majority of them guys, besides about maybe 8 or 9, are all going to be no longer top 50 from the original top 50. So
Well,
I
no,
mean,
that's not true.
That's not true
That's
though.
not true,
Some
because
players are
that's
so
not true.
good
No,
that they will
are you
always
guys?
be on
Are
it.
you serious? There was no. Okay, guys. There was. Okay, well, this would be the battle. Then you know what I'm saying? Because I think that's wrong. If you already have a top 50, bro, just
Michael
add
Jordan will
people to
never
the
not
75.
be on it. How many years they keep it going? Michael Jordan will never not be on it.
That's why I said there's about 10 from that top, that the original 50. Because again, look at the cat. Shaq wasn't on it. So automatically,
Shaq
one
was
of
on
them
it. He was the
big
youngest guy on that list.
no, he
Yeah,
wasn't
Shaq-
on it, bro.
Shaq is
Yes,
on
he
top
was.
50.
Yes, he
He
is.
did make top 50, didn't he?
He was the youngest guy on the list.
He was
from
in
that
the league
96
at
era.
1993.
He was a rookie.
He was only 3 years.
Damn,
No,
I
he was
put
3
Shaq
years
in
in the
there,
league.
yep.
So
He was
Kobe
3
wasn't
years
on
in.
it.
Kobe is not.
Kobe wasn't on it. Right. So again, guys like the
Listen. We'll get into it. We'll get into it in a
um,
minute. We'll get into it in a
Steph
minute.
Curry, Clay Thomas, all those guys are going to take other dudes' spots that are already made. If I already made
Not
the top
Clay.
50, bro, how
Not
can you
Clay. But
make another
Steph.
top 50?
Clay
What
ain't
do you
taking
mean?
nobody's
No,
spot.
Clay should
Clay-
be on
Clay's-
the top. If it's going to be a dude, Clay
Nah,
got
bro.
3 championships and he's the second
Listen.
best shooter of all time.
Let's just start because
Second best
Yeah,
shooter of
actually-
all time, bro.
No.
3 championships.
But we'll talk about it.
Clay is
He's
nowhere
definitely
near.
top 50.
Clay is
Man,
nowhere
Clay
near.
ain't even he's never been the best shooting
Man, he doesn't
guard
have
in
to
the
be
league.
the best. He has to be the best.
Yes.
No, he doesn't. All he has to do is be the best shooter of all time. He's second, dude. It's almost he's second best shooter all time, dude. No, that you can even stack his numbers against Steph's, bro. Look at the
No,
games
you-
that Clay's had.
No, you can't.
30-point game, 30-point quarters and stuff, bro. He's the second best shooter all time, and he has 3 championships. And it showed just like when he didn't play, they're not gonna win a championship. Just like if Steph didn't play, they're not win no championship. It's been seen. That dude is definitely top 50 best player all time, bro. No, he's not gonna be the best with playing with
You
your
are
mans and
tweaking.
playing. You are tweaking. You think that dude ain't top 50? But dude, second best shooter all time,
Listen,
bro.
there's a 0% chance Clay make the top 75.
He's making my top 75 all day. All
There's a
day.
0% chance.
All day.
Do you-
I just
do you know how
just opened the first one up. He might
Do you know how many?
Steph Curry
Listen.
talking.
Bro,
Listen. No,
who's
let
the
me tell you
best shooter
something.
than him besides Steph?
Let me ask you something real quick. Do you
And
know how
defender.
many? Listen. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
Do you know how many shooting guards did not make the top 50? I'm gonna give you some. And tell me which one of these dudes Clay is even close to.
Okay, go ahead. You disrespecting Klay Thompson, bro.
Vince,
You
listen.
disrespecting him.
Is Clay better? Is Clay better than Vince Carter?
Yes.
We should stop the show right now.
Dude, you guys are tripping. Dude, How the game is played How the game is played right now. The game.
This said Klay Thompson is better than Vince Carter.
Give me Klay. If I'm creating a team,
I need another
and I need a
co-host.
two guard.
Whoa.
If I am creating a team and I need a two guard, Klay's gonna play defense, and Klay is the second best shooter in NBA history, bro. I'm just y'all not getting what I'm trying to see with my two guard. If I got a two guard that's gonna play defense,
Vince Carter is about to get into the Hall of Fame. He is a dude that averaged 25 for a whole decade, bro, and was the best player on a franchise, and was a top 10 player in the league. If
Steph on this squad, he couldn't average 25 a game. Come on.
If it was a fifth, we would all be lit,
bro. Get out of here with that. Who's a better shooter than Klay Thompson besides Steph Curry?
Listen, shooter does not equal player.
Answer my question. Who's the
okay?
Better shooter?
Arguably, there's only a few who are even arguable.
You're right. Only a few, which makes him
only a few.
What? So what makes him what? Top five?
I would say he is. I would say he is a top 5, top 10 shooter ever, without a question.
Gotcha. And he plays defense.
I'm not arguing that.
That's why I'm taking him at my 2 over Vince. I like Vince. Don't get me wrong. I want a pure shooter at my 2. A cat that's a pure shooter. You know, Klay is a pure shooter. The dude has
Vince
60
got a
with
2
bounces. The dude only about Vince doesn't have that dude's scoring ability, bro.
No.
What?
Scoring?
What?
Shooting or scoring?
Dude, again, guys.
What?
Again, guys, I'm tripping.
You said this Klay Thomas is a better scorer than Vince Thomas? Vince Carter?
Yeah, Vince, yes.
You wildin', bro.
Listen, guys, listen. Again, I'm talking to 2 ball players here. I don't say y'all don't get it. This dude.
Wait. Before you keep going. I'm just so appalled. Before you go about how he's better than Vince, can I just list off a couple other names? I don't got a list or nothing, but let me just list off a couple more.
Allen Iverson.
No, I'm gonna just list off a few more, and I want you to just say stop every time Klay is better than the person I say, and then we'll come back to the arguments in a minute.
Let's go.
I'm gonna just list off a few because this is crazy right now. We already said Vince Carter.
Yeah.
Tracy McGrady. Just yes or no. We'll talk about him in a minute. Yes or no?
I'll go push.
Push with T-Mac. Allen Iverson?
I kind of go. I mean, again, I could see you going push with your boy too with Vince. Vince is the beast.
Okay.
I want a pure shooter at my 2.
What about Allen Iverson?
I mean, it ain't too many cats better than Allen Iverson, bro.
Kobe.
But again,
Kobe. Wait. Let's keep going. Let's keep going first.
Kobe. No, he's not better than Kobe.
Okay, we're just gonna keep going. Yeah. What about Ray Allen?
Yes.
Reggie Miller?
Yes.
2 guards. James Harden?
Is he a 2 guard though?
Yes. He played out of his 13-year career.
We just argued about him a couple months ago about him at the point. Now he's a 2 guard. Which one is he gonna be?
Out of his 13-year career, he started at shooting guard for about 12 of them, 10 of them at least.
Yeah, well, I gotta go with Harden. He got the MVP. He has the MVP. He's still not a better shooter than my man.
No, he's not a better shooter.
Yeah,
he's not a better shooter. Let me think of some other 2 guards who was cold that hit the league between 96 and today. That's legendary like that. And I know I'm forgetting some people. We can even extend it.
Those are probably the top guys, though. You just said those are the top guys.
Okay, I'm just thinking of all the dudes. Oh, Dwayne Wade. I didn't say him.
Yeah, D-Wade. Yeah, D-Wade is a whole different beast. Yeah, he's not better than D-Wade. But and again, though, what I'm saying, though, nephew, is I'm not necessarily saying that he's just better than those guys, right? Because all those guys are beasts in their own. I'm saying if I was creating a team, if I was a GM, and I'm putting together my squad, right? And it's time for me to be a 2 guard, to grab a 2 guard for my team. Dude, Klay Thompson is gonna probably be one of the top 2 cats I get, if not the top guy, because he's the second best shooter all time to me. And he's solid defensively. If I can get defense and offense from a guy that's 6'7", I'm really not losing, no matter who.
All right, I'm gonna cut it. Right. Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's getting a little choppy right there.
Your audio and video is getting really choppy, James. So I want to just stop right there for a second.
We just gotta keep this episode rolling though.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it rolling because that's why I was really not trying to interject anymore because you guys got a good banter going.
Yeah, don't even worry. I'm gonna walk him down because he's not making no sense.
No sense right now.
Why aren't they? I'm putting D Wade over Allen Iverson.
I'm putting Wade over Iverson. It's close.
Not.
It's really close. It's
Yeah,
really close to me.
Really close because he's done the same things. He for one, he's won championships, bro. You know what I'm saying? With Shaq on his team, Shaq had to be in his place with D Wade. He wasn't the best player on that squad.
I understand all of that. I'm just saying
defensively.
All I'm saying is that Vince Carter is on that level with those guys, man, easily. And when you
yes, he is.
Right now, Clay is not. Clay is underneath all of those guys.
Again,
first things first, to even make the criteria to be on that level, you have to have shown the capability. Hold on, wait. You have to be shown the capability to be the cornerstone of a successful franchise for multiple seasons. Everybody else, I said, did that.
So Toronto was not a successful franchise? Are you serious? So which one was? So who?
The Nets was?
Who was the No. Who was Vince a cornerstone of? Where was he at? Where he was the cornerstone of a successful franchise? Because it wasn't Toronto.
Vince Carter versus Klay Thompson, though, is definitely Vince Carter.
So you think them championships that your man and them won at Golden State, if Vince was on that team, they would have won them championships too?
If prime Vince Carter was on the Warriors, they wouldn't have needed Kevin Durant to keep beating people, first of all. Second of all, if prime Vince Carter replaced Klay Thompson, Steph would average his normal 30. Vince Carter would have been right there averaging 27. Vince Carter is one of the leading 3-point shot makers ever. He would have been right there next to Steph.
Vince Carter wasn't banging threes until he was like 8, 9, 10 years into the league, bro. He was not a 3-point shooter. I watched him do his whole career. He was not a shooter, bro. He was not a 3-point shooter. You know what I'm saying? He would shoot him, but he did not have a great 3-point percentage at all. You know what I'm saying? He became a better shooter as his years went on, man. He was not a 3-point shooter.
That argument is kind of passé because of the style of play has changed so drastically based on the way the game is played now. The game is played more of a 4 or 5 out than it used to be played with the paint pack. So that 3-point shot wasn't as readily available in the 90s and the early 2000s like it is now. That wasn't a structure of how teams formatted their offenses. They weren't formatted. It was like frowned upon to take a deep three in yesteryear's league. So that argument kind of is passé. But also the talk that Vince is a bad shooter when he's made so many clutch 3-point shots and had a solid percentage in the later years of his career. I mean, it's blasphemous,
bro. Again, guys, if I'm taking the 2 guard, especially, and again, I can only talk about how the game is played now when I'm thinking about this, because again,
of course,
my mindset might be totally different if it's back in the day.
If Vince Carter played today, he would probably average 30.
With 3-point shooting, how it is, bro.
With nobody protecting the rim, though.
This
dude
dude
is
is
dunk every play.
Best shooter of all times. I can't let that kind of shooter go by if I'm choosing my 5, bro. Again, I'm not saying you guys chose them other guys for your 2 guard. That's fine. Cool. I wouldn't even dish you on that. But me, I'm gonna take the second best shooter ever in my mind. The second best shooter ever. The dude got touch and goes, man. I just ain't seen touch and goes like that except for Steph Curry.
Quick question / statement. It sounds to me like you're trying to make a top 5, 75 best fit team, and that's not the case.
No. I'm making me creating my own starting 5 in the NBA.
But that's not what this is.
That's what we just got to talking about.
A starting 5 is based off of how these players fit together.
Who are my 2 guard? That's what we got to this.
That's not. But that's not. I didn't say who would your 2 guard be. I said who would make the top 75 list, and you said Klay Thompson, and I said not even close.
One of you guys asked me who would my 2 guard be about, because we didn't even start about Klay yet until someone you guys asked me that.
This is all recorded, so we can go back. What you said was You started listing off players that wasn't on the top 50 list that's about to be on the top 75. And you said Steph Curry, and then you said Klay Thompson. And I was like, yeah, Steph, but Klay, he's not even close. And then you started talking about he was better than Vince Carter.
I just came out with
That's how the conversation went.
Okay.
Well, no, I started listing off players that was shooting guards that was clearly going to get on the list before Klay Thompson. And then you made the absurd statement that Vince Carter wasn't one of those players.
And again, guys, I'm tripping off if again, we already know where they go when they're comparing what players to put in top 10, top 20. They always look at, they look at scoring for sure. They look at what they brought. You know what I'm saying? They look at their championships. This dude won 3 championships, man. This dude, again, is the second best shooter of all times in my eyes. How can I not put him on the top 75? How can I not? All those dudes you said, none of them guys got championships besides Kobe and D Wade. None of them dudes got championships. And I ain't even just got the head championship guy, because Barkley to me is my favorite power forward besides C-Webb. Neither one of them cats got championships. But my thing is, again, those things are looked at when they create these lists. Klay Thompson is the second best shooter of all time. Again, in my eyes, 3 championships. How can I not put him on the top 75? I don't know how I can not put him on top 75. That's disrespectful.
Listen, that was a beautiful, beautiful statement about Klay Thompson and his greatness as a shooter. It was magnificently put. At the end of the day, Klay Thompson won't be on the list. Bottom line, he won't be on the list.
I feel you.
He won't be on the list. Agree on that, anybody on this list, dude. I'm just stuck that you say he was better than Vince Carter. That's such a head scratcher.
Again,
but anyway,
I explained my viewpoint when I'm saying that. Again, I was under the understanding that I'm thinking about who's going to be the 2 guard I would choose.
And that's that's where we get to the second point of what my statement was about to be. This is not a best fit, this lineup over this lineup because they go together the best, and this it's not that. Stack these players up. Who the best? Stack these players up. Who the best? That's all it is. Who better? Him. He make the list. He don't. If you stack up Klay Thompson and Vince Carter and say who makes the list, 10 out of 10 people that get to vote on who's getting on that list, they're picking Vince Carter.
Okay, I have a debate with that. I can see people picking Vince Carter. I love Vince Carter's game. I understand that. My thing is this: all those players that you guys have named, they've had opportunity to have their own team, to be the number 1 guy, to put up them extra numbers you're talking about.
This is pretty much a prerequisite to make the list, by the way.
Okay, so my thing is, but is it? Because a guy like Scottie Pippen still made the list, and he never had his own team. Matter of fact,
Scottie Pippen had his own team for 2 years, and he was, hold on, the 2 years Jordan was out the league and Scottie Pippen was the best player, he was first team All NBA, and he was like 3rd in MVP voting. So that's just saying something. So I mean, he was still a top 1-2 player at his position in the league at that time, because he was 3rd in MVP voting, first team All NBA both years.
Okay.
So he was at least.
So those only 2 years.
He was at least.
Those the only 2 years. Hold on.
Those the only 2 years he played without
I'm a Pippen fan. Okay, no. We're not talking about this, Mike, because he had. Hold on, bro. He had more than 1 stop to be the guy. His team.
Prime,
he had more than 1 stop.
In his prime.
He was still in his prime when he went to Portland. What you talking about? He was still in his prime when he went to Portland, bro.
That was the tail end. That was the tail end.
The tail end was Houston. He still was in his prime.
He was fizzled. By the time he got to Houston, he was fizzled.
Bro, with the squad, he was at Portland. He was at Portland. They was 10 deep. They was 10 deep in Portland. You know what I'm saying? Again, Pippen's my guy. I'm a Pippen guy. It was Mike and Pippen for me. Those are my 2 favorite players for all those years.
What was the original question you asked about Pippen? You said, what did he do without Mike? And I just told you what he did 2 times.
Yeah. What did he do?
He was third. He was 3rd in MVP voting.
Okay.
And he was first team All NBA, meaning I'm the best at my position this year in the NBA.
Okay.
That's the first team on.
But that wasn't his only. So as soon as he left Chicago, As soon as he left Chicago, he wasn't in his prime anymore. That's what you're saying.
Who were we comparing Scottie to in the first place?
Again, I'm bringing up the fact that you're saying that. Again, I'm bringing up somebody that was a beast as well, that was top 50. But
Got you.
when he had his opportunity to stand out alone, he didn't do anything. He didn't get his team
He didn't
to the
win
championship.
he didn't win the
And he
title.
was only
He
averaging
didn't.
about 15 at that squad.
That's not true. Well, I don't know what.
No.
When he was on the
You want to
Bulls,
bet
I
that's
thought you were
not
talking about
true?
he was on the Bulls. I was talking about when he was playing without Mike on the Bulls.
When he went to Portland. When he was supposed to
I
be the
wasn't
man
talking
in
about
Portland. Yeah. Believe me, I was a Scotty fan. I couldn't believe that he
What I'm
he
saying
came
is
up
this
short
though.
like that.
What I'm saying is this though. Even with that being said, Scotty, who will probably be on the top 75 list.
I don't know. I'm looking at an email I'm looking at a text from a fan that's saying they don't believe Scotty would be top 75.
I feel like Scotty probably will get on there.
Why?
I feel like he'll get on there.
Why?
Well, first of all, just the legacy of Scotty, when you think about that team, that Bulls team, he got all them titles. You know what I'm saying?
Legacy with them titles. Okay.
And he showed, because I know you're trying to tie this back to Clay.
Because
We're gonna stop talking about Clay. But listen though,
legacy
I just told you that the 2 years Michael wasn't there, although they did not win titles, he was first team All NBA, meaning at least for those 2 years, he was the best player at his position. And he was third in MVP voting for one of those years. I ain't never seen Clay on an MVP ballot or ever seen him be first team All NBA or the best player at his position ever.
What happened after Scotty left Chicago, bro? There's still years of him playing. I mean,
okay, that's cool. But what I'm saying is,
still giving him kudos to Chicago. Again, he got a chance to be the man at his own spot.
All I'm saying is those couple accolades that Scotty has, Clay does not have those. Even though he is one of the best shooters ever and one of the best role players ever, he does not have those things, which are, to me, a prerequisite pretty much to get on this list. Okay. Most of the people's on this list either have been for their whole career or at least a portion of it, at least the best player on their team.
It's hard to be the best player on your team, bro, when the MVP is on your squad, when the best shooter,
That's very true.
Of all time is on your squad.
When was he ever the best player at his position ever? And I'm not even hating on Clay. I think he's a great shooter, a great role player, the best shooter in the league besides Steph when he was healthy. One of the best ever. When was he ever the best at his position?
Again, I wouldn't be able to say on the team he's on right now that he was going to actually be able to. He needs to go to his own squad to be able to just blossom and being what he can be. Again, I think Clay does a great job with playing within their team. Within their flow, and just does what they need him to do. That's why he doesn't do all that extra dribbling. Clay can dribble and get some shots. Clay knows what their offense is about. You know what I'm saying? It's about moving and about him shooting the ball. That's why he doesn't take many dribbles. Within that offense, he's catching and shooting. He's doing what they need. I
believe it.
He's defensive player on the team's best wing player. You know what I'm saying? Dude, my man is, again, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Listen. No, Clay is the man. But all I'm saying is this. What this sounds like to me, I don't know if it's a favoritism or maybe it is just because he's one of the best shooters ever, which I agree with. But what I am going to say is we can't base it off of if he played without Steph, then he could do this. The players that are going to make this top 75 that wasn't on the top 50, people that we named that play his position, people that don't play his position that just came into the league after him, like somebody on the bubble that I want to get in that is kind of questionable, that I hope will get in, is somebody like Paul Pierce. Dude, that's the top 70.
Are you serious?
Wait, hold on. What you about to say?
Dude, I'm not.
What are you about to say?
Over Clay? I'm not putting Paul Pierce in over Clay. I'm not, bro. I'm not.
You're not putting Paul Pierce on the top 75 before you put Clay?
No.
Now, Paul Pierce is a person, listen, now he checks all the boxes. He played by himself in Boston and wasn't very good, but was a dude that still averaged 25 plus and was top 2, top 3 at his position. Then he got on a squad and did the same thing and led them to a title and 2 finals appearances.
Okay. That's cool.
What?
I mean,
What?
still
Now
put
that
him
is
in
literally
over
a person.
Clay, bro.
Paul Pierce literally was the cornerstone of a franchise for 10 years and was the cornerstone of a championship level franchise for like 3 years when that Boston team was good enough and healthy still. 3-4 years, however long they was actually competitive for a title. He was the cornerstone of that franchise. What are you talking about?
So when they won that title, he was the cornerstone over Kevin Garnett.
Paul Pierce was always, as long as he was a Boston Celtic, a cornerstone of the franchise.
What you mean a
I'm sorry.
cornerstone? The cornerstone?
That was Paul Pierce team.
I don't think
The
he was
whole
the cornerstone,
time.
bro.
Kevin Garnett was
I
their
think
defensive
when
anchor.
Kevin Garnett
He was
got
their
there,
heart
he
and
was
their
the best
leader.
scorer. No, he definitely wasn't their heart over Kevin Garnett. That's what he brought to their team.
That's what I'm saying.
More
Kevin
heart.
Garnett was. I'm saying Kevin Garnett was their
but to
defensive
me,
anchor
he was,
and he was their spiritual captain.
And the anchor, right?
Defensive anchor.
Okay. So
Spiritual captain. He played the same role on that team, even though he's a better scorer. Go with me. Kevin Garnett played the same role on that Boston Celtics team as Draymond did on that Golden State team. The best defensive player, the heart and soul of the defense. Now, obviously, Kevin Garnett is better than Draymond, and he averaged more points than Draymond did.
This dude, he can't just be compared to Draymond.
Paul
though,
Pierce,
this dude is going
Paul
to the
Pierce
Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Fame player.
Paul Pierce was the Curry, the guy. When it's time to end the game and there's 2 minutes left and it's 86, they saying, Paul, take us home.
He was the best scorer. That doesn't mean he was the cornerstone, bro.
They were saying, Paul, take us home.
Just because he was the best scorer,
are you crazy?
Does not mean he was the cornerstone, bro.
Are you crazy?
Hey, Kevin Garnett ain't been on no team that he wasn't the cornerstone at.
I just told you one.
No, I disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he was a cornerstone at Boston, bro. I think he was the best scorer. That doesn't mean he was the cornerstone because he was the best scorer is always the cornerstone of the team. I'm just asking. So we might as well change.
Bro, I am floored at you, bro.
Cornerstone to best scorer. I'm just asking. So is there not a team?
Floored.
Is there not a championship team that the cornerstone was not the best scorer?